Thank you so much. Around this time, 2,000 years ago, a young man by the name of Jesus would approach a synagogue. Around this time, 2,000 years ago. And as he enters the synagogue, he would say, Shalom Shabbat. And all of those who heard him would say, Shabbat, Shalom. So in follow through with that tradition, Shalom Shabbat. All right, that's good. I thank Stacey Fisher and Pastor Johnson for allowing me to come here to represent me. The Lord has blessed you. I noticed that a lot of you are sitting by the emergency exit just in case somebody smells smoke. But that's all right too. The Lord will continue to bless you as you, I understand, you build on the foyer and some classrooms back there. He has blessed you before, He will bless you again. I thank you for your support. I've been asked to speak for the next few minutes on wellness, but not just wellness, wellness now. When you said that, I said, well, this is interesting. It's not wellness tomorrow, right? It's wellness now. And we got to figure out why wellness now. Well, if you look at statistics, we're having a lot of turmoil in our world. The world is almost going upside down. There's martial law in Turkey. The Russian President Putin, if you read on Thursday, made it a crime to share your beliefs in the streets of Moscow and Russia. It's a crime. In fact, the law says it forbids evangelism outside of the church, even in your home. You cannot share your faith in the home.
Amen.
The political climate of the United States has changed. I won't go into any specifics, but religion is becoming a prominent part of people when they're talking about becoming president. Religion and what you believe. Even some of our own Seventh-day Adventists are part of this. I won't mention any names. The Zika virus. You could not pay me to go to Brazil. You could not give me money to go to Brazil because of the Zika virus and possible terrorism in Brazil. So when you talk about wellness now, we are preparing ourselves for the final events of Earth's history, so we will be well enough to spread our faith to other people. Yes, you can spread your faith on a deathbed. You can do that. But wouldn't it be better for you to be getting up, moving around, spreading your faith to those who come in contact with you, or going out and spreading your faith? Wouldn't that be better? Well, the wellness now is supposed to help you with that. I'm going to help you tonight. Now, what is the problem? According to the CDC, there are 10 leading causes of death in the United States. According to the CDC, in 2013, there were 10 leading causes of death. There were from 1 to 10. Heart disease, cancer, chronic lung disease, accidents, stroke, Alzheimer's, dementia, influenza and pneumonia, kidney disease, and suicide. Those were the 10 causes of death. 10 main causes of death in 2013. So that's the problem. What is the answer? Well, the answer is very simple. It's very simple. The answer is, you got to stop smoking. You got to stop drinking alcohol. You got to stop caffeine. I think I hit a nerve there somewhere, but it's all right. You got to become a vegetarian. You got to exercise, get fresh air, water, and rest. So I can sit down now because I've given you the answer.
All right.
Because that's the answer. If you do all of these things, it will help you with all these 10 problems. But the problem is that, have you ever made a New Year's resolution on January 1st? What happens January 5th? You forget about it. Have you ever started to decide to lose weight? When will you lose weight? Monday morning. It's Friday, but on Monday morning, I promise I'll lose weight. So for the weekend, you eat as much as you can because you know on Monday you'll be starving, right? So the problem is that we don't know the answer. I just told you the answer. If you do those things, vegetarianism, no caffeine, no alcohol, no smoking, exercise, fresh air, water, and rest. If you do those things, you will be healthy. You will have health. Now, the problem is, how do we do those things? So there's another question. How do we do those? Romans 7 verses 19 through 20 says, Paul says, the things he wants to do, he finds himself not doing, and the things he does not want to do, he finds himself doing. So, eating the pound cake that your grandmother left you, the rice and peas and ackee and salt fish, dumpling, plantain, the patty. All these things are temptations that we have that we really don't want to do these. We want to exercise. Don't you want to exercise? But it is too hot. It is too cold. I am too hungry. The body is going to do its best to prevent you from doing any of these things. Because for 20, 30, 40 years, it's been doing it like that. And now you're asking for change. So change now, or what's it again? Wellness now comes at a price. Before I finish here, I will not be long, I will give you 3 ways you can do these things and be happy. I'll give you 3 things. Okay. Before I do that, I got to talk to you about habits. You know what a habit is? A habit is something that you do over and over again that becomes automatic for you. For example, I used to not pray when I get in my car for protection. It was my habit. I never did it. And one day, one of the elders of the church says, every time he gets in the car, before he turns the ignition on, he says, Lord, please help me protect me. Now, I decided that that was a good habit. I want to do that now. So I began the process. Every time I got in my car, I would sit down and I would say, Lord, please protect me. I'm trying to develop another habit, right? Did it work all the time? No, I can assure you, 8 times out of 10 times, I forgot completely. Because I had a habit of not doing that. But when I remembered this, I would pull over, literally, I would pull over, and I would pray. I said, Lord, please forgive me. I want to have this habit. Now, nowadays, every time I do, because I developed a habit. How do you change your habit? Do you say, I will not drink Coca-Cola? I used to be addicted to Coca-Cola. I love caffeine. I love caffeine. I was addicted to it because of the caffeine in it. How do you, by the way, it takes 12 weeks to develop a habit. Guess how long it takes to break a habit? It takes 12 weeks. If you can do something for 12 weeks, you will form a habit. So my question to you is, how do you break a habit? Yes, you're right. You form another habit. To break a bad habit, you form a good habit. My habit was every time I got in the car, I would just turn the radio on and start driving. So it took me 12 weeks of failures many times to produce the new habit of praying. So habits are there to be broken. You do not have to eat 3 times a day. You don't. We'll get to that. So on an average, it takes 12 weeks to break a habit. There was a study done in 1955 where they went into a movie studio and people were watching a film. Before they watched the film, they filled out a questionnaire. What was your best soft drink? What was your best sandwich? All these things, they filled out a questionnaire, and then they had the movie. Well, unknown to the people in the audience, every 10 slides of the movie, they flashed a picture of a Coca-Cola and a hamburger. Now, the eye could not see it. You know, when we see, we don't really see in emotion. It's not a movie, it's pictures, very quick pictures. Well, every 10 seconds, they would flash this thing of a Coca-Cola and a hamburger. After the movie was over, they had the same people fill out the same questionnaire. And guess what happened? 85% of the people changed their mind and now wanted what to drink? Coca-Cola and a hamburger. In fact, this was so stunning that the researchers published this, and now it's illegal. It's called subliminal. It's illegal now to do that, but we have it all the time. Those pictures you see on the billboards, if you look at it very carefully, they're very suggestive in the things they put there. If you look very carefully. But the eye just sees that, the mind sees something else, and all of a sudden you're driving and saying, I need a Coca-Cola, I need something to drink. There is a science to this. The mind, habit. what we repeat over and over again becomes a habit. Norman Vincent Peale. Have you ever heard of Norman Vincent Peale? He was an author. He was a preacher. He wrote a book called You Can If You Think You Can. You read the book? Oh, I love that book. You can if you think you can. In this book he says, you can do anything you want to do if you really want to do it. Anything. All you have to have is an overwhelming desire to do it and an unquenching thirst. You can do anything you want to do. If you really want to do it, you must have an unquenching thirst and an overwhelming desire. The mind is of such that it can do anything. It can have health now, wellness now. It can have that now. But we're going to have to focus on how. In New York City, about 50 years ago, a hypnotist came to a program. And the hypnotist says that he wanted some volunteers to come up. He's going to show them what the mind can do. So he had some volunteers come up, and he said, I'm going to hypnotize you, and then you'll do whatever I say. The guy said, you can't do that. I'm a man. You can't hypnotize. But in a moment, he was hypnotized. This hypnotist, and by the way, let me put it back here. I don't believe in hypnotism. And the hypnotism is very bad, and you should never do it, including acupuncture, but I won't go into that. Hypnotism opens your mind to forces that you do not want in your mind. But anyway, this guy got back. He wasn't a Seventh-day Adventist. Don't think he was. And the hypnotist said to him, I want you to stretch your hand out. So he stretched his hand out on the hypnosis. He took the eraser of a pencil and he said to the man, I'm going to touch this red hot poker on your skin. So he told the man that it was a red hot poker. You know what that is? But what was it? And he touched the man's hand, and immediately the man's hand moved away. Now you could say, well, you know, hey, they were planted there. In a few moments, guess what happened? A blister occurred at the point where the eraser touched the skin. A blister. Your mind is a wonderful organ. Can do wonderful things if you're listening to the right people, if you're reading the right books. That's why we don't tell your children they're worthless. They'll never succeed, because they will not succeed. In New York City, New York State, they used to lay the roads in slabs. You know? Because in the summer, the road would expand, and they didn't want it to buckle. So between each slab, there's a space. Are you following me? The road would lay a little bit of space, then another slab, another space. Well, as the car was going over these spaces, it would go to-do, 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 to-do. And they had this long stretch of about 7 miles of straight road that all you heard was to-do, to-do. And they noticed at the end of the road there was a curve. And 90% of the accidents occurred just before the curve. And the other psychologists tried to figure out what happened here. We're talking about the mind now, we're talking about wellness now, but what we have to do to get wellness now. They figured out that as the car was driving on this long stretch, it hypnotized the driver. Till at the end, he was going straight, he couldn't turn, he ended in the ditch. The mind is capable of great feats. Let this mind be in you, which was, you have to do that. Be careful what your children are watching. I didn't have the internet when I was younger. I'm telling you, you have to be very, very careful about the internet. Get on Facebook with the young people. See what they're seeing. I'm serious. I'm saying to my girl, now there's a new one here, I don't know what it is, they won't allow me to get onto that one. But Facebook, get on Facebook, see what they do, because I'm telling you, these young people are exposed to things that we were never exposed to. And if you don't watch out, the mind of the devil will influence their mind. Wellness now. So, I will end by giving you the 3 goals. Okay, the first goal is this. Well, the first thing is this, to have wellness now is to set a goal. What's the first thing? Set a goal. This is fun. First one, set a goal. When I was in high school, I had a teacher, and he was from Scotland, and he taught religion. And while he was telling us about how he used to play rugby. Do you know what rugby is? Rugby, I can't even say it's equivalent to American football, because American football, you wear stuff. Rugby, you don't wear anything. You don't wear any helmets, you don't wear any garb. He suffered from so much trauma to his face. He had so much plastic surgery in his face that if you touched him, you couldn't feel it. All his nerves were damaged because of the crashes and the problems with rugby. It's a very violent game. Well, he had a friend, and they went once to a rugby game. Now he tells me that the friend was the only one who could drive. Nobody else could drive, he could drive. And the friend had these huge glasses. Have you seen those binocular glasses? Well, he had these huge glasses that he wore. Well, they went out of town to this rugby tournament. And during the tournament, his friend got his glasses broken. It was so bad that he told me that they had to hold little pieces of the glass in front of his eyes while he was driving so he could see where he was going. He was literally blind without these things because he don't know how to drive. Well, this minister tells me that this young man decided that he wanted to change. He was tired of being called binocular man. He wanted to change. So what he did was this, and this is important. This is called Wellness Now. He bought an eye chart. You know what an eye chart is? He put the eye chart against the wall, and every morning he got it, he said, I can see it. Now the guy's blind as a bastard, right? But every morning he got it, he said, I can see it. I can see it. I can, every morning. Now, this story I believe is true, because I've seen other evidence of it. In 6 months, guess what? He began to see the letters. What happened? What happened? Well, the mind begins to believe what you tell it over and over and over again. Do not give up on your morning prayer and your evening worship. Don't give up. The mind listens and hears over and over again. Be careful what you watch. Be careful what you listen to. Because the mind hears this and adapts to it. He began to see. In fact, he says at this point here, he still wears glasses, but it's not the binocular glasses. So the first thing is, set a goal. What do you want to do? You want to lose weight. Well, how much weight? I want to lose 5 pounds, 6 pounds. You want to stop drinking sodas. I stopped drinking sodas for 6 weeks, I think. No, 8 weeks. And I lost 6 pounds. We're in a program now where we're trying to lose weight. In fact, we had an exercise program that went for 6 months. Darryl Howard, Pastor Howard, we organized ourselves. We had exercise classes on Tuesdays and Thursdays where we had physical therapists and recreational therapists work exercising for 1 hour. The community came in. There were about 40 to 50 people there, most of them from the community. We exercised twice a week for 6 months. We had classes on nutrition, classes on diet. We had vegetarian cooking classes that the community came and enjoyed. For 6 months we did this. And just by me not drinking sodas, I didn't drink Pepsi, but I drank sodas, all that sugar, I lost 6 pounds. Set a goal. Now, this must begin tonight. You guys are just looking for the weekend. We went for 6 months. So tonight, you guys say, what is your goal? You want to lose weight? I want you to know how much. And I don't need to know that. You need to know that. How much? You want to become a vegetarian? I'm trying to become a vegan. It is so difficult. There's cheese everywhere. Everywhere there's cheese. Everywhere. And I love pizza. But I'm moving in that direction. Become a vegan. Are you guys vegan? I take my hat off to you. But, if you're going a vegetarian, that's your goal. Set your goal. Write down your goal, what you want to become. Exercising. hardest thing to do, exercise, to get a time exercise. When you got a time, I don't have time for this. I gotta come home and cook and those other things here. And it's always raining, or it's too hot, or it's too cold, one of those excuses. I tell my patients that in your body there are two people. There's a skinny person and there's a fat person. And the fat person does his best to knock the skinny person over the head. You got to empower the skinny person to take charge of the fat person. You got to empower that person because that person has been beat up. Exercising. And people say, well, I can't run a marathon. Did I say run a marathon? No, I can't run a marathon. Well, let me change that. I have walked a marathon. Now, let me be truthful. I crawled a lot of the time, but I finished a marathon. Okay? I'm a finisher. Okay. But you got to set the goal of what you want to do. Okay? You can exercise by throwing away the remote control for your television. You were younger and healthier when you had to go and the tick, 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 tick. You were much healthier that time. So choose things. If you have steps in your house, go up and down the steps 20 times. No, if you get tired the first time, relax. I want you to enjoy this. I don't want you to get, well, I'm never, ever going to do that again. No. Relax. Next time, do a little more. You're developing a what? A habit. To break the old habit takes 12 weeks. If you can do it for 12 weeks, you will succeed. So the first one is set a goal. The second one is keep the goal always in front of you. You gotta set a goal. You gotta decide. You gotta keep that goal always in front of you. 2 Corinthians 3:18 says, but we all, with open face, beholding as in a glass the glory of the Lord, are changed into the same image from glory to glory, even as by the Spirit of the Lord. As in a glass. Keeping the goals ahead of you. Now I'm going to share something with you, and I don't really tell any of my patients, okay? My first year of college, my GPA was 1.9. It was a D plus. Well, maybe it was just D. But it was really bad. You can't become Dr. Berry with a 1.9 GPA. And I won't go into detail of why it was like, because I figured out why it was like that. But at that point here, I had a goal, and my goal was to become a what? I read it. My goal was to become a doctor. You would not want to go to a doctor who made D's in college. You know, like, so I had to figure out, what am I going to do? I needed to make A's. So my goal was to make A's. So that's the first thing. The second thing I said is you got to keep it in front of you. So what I did was I got a 3x5 card. Now I'm telling you what I did. And by the way, Norman Vincent Peale said this in one of his books. One of the things you need to do. So I got a 3x5 card, and I want you to do the same thing for your goals. I got a 3x5 card, and I wrote in red, I will make an A in analytical chemistry this semester. A big A. I wrote it down, and I put it where I could see it every day. Where did I put it? Now, somebody said by the kitchen refrigerator. No! Not by the refrigerator. No. In the bathroom by my mirror. Because I know I'm going to go there at least twice a day. Right? I put it there, and I put it in a way, not in front of me, I put it up at the right-hand corner. I'm telling you what I did now. Every morning, even if I did not look at it, my brain took a picture of that. I can assure you and tell you, I made an A in analytical chemistry that semester. The brain begins to believe what's important to you, what you tell it over and over again. I didn't have to say, I'll make an A. It saw it. It says, well, if he thinks he can make an A, I'll make him make an A. Do you see how one of this? You can have wellness now, but you got to follow these things first. You know what to do. You know what to do. There are people going to tell you over the next few days and so what to do. You know better. How many diets have you been on? Don't tell me. More than 10, right? So you're like that. Of course. You know what to do. It is that you can't do because you have not followed the guidelines here. That's why I'm the first speaker. Am I the first speaker? That's why I'm the first speaker. Because I can tell you what you need to do for the next weekend. You only have 3 days. Is it 3 days? You only have 3 days. We had 6 months. You only have 3 days. So you got to do this tonight. And there's nothing wrong. You do this on the Sabbath. Nothing wrong. So 3x5 card. What are you going to write in it? You're going to write down whatever your goal is. Not I will lose weight. I will lose 6 pounds. Did you know that if you don't eat anything white, did you know that if you fast on Wednesday afternoon, do you know if you drink lots of water, do you know if you cut out all the fats for a week, you could lose 3 pounds a week. 3 pounds. You could lose 3 pounds a week if you eat nothing white. You gotta drink water, because if you don't drink water, you get kidney stones and gallstones because the poisons get stuck in your gallbladder, get stuck in your kidney. So you gotta flush the system out. So no sodas, nothing white. There's no white rice, no bread, no pasta. Goals. If you don't, so no pasta, no white bread, no potatoes, no French fries, of course, and no salt in that. And if you fast on Wednesday afternoon, you eat Wednesday morning, but at noon you don't eat anything till the next day. No bread, milk, cheese, or butter in any form. No bread, milk, cheese, or butter in any form, nothing white. You fast on Wednesday afternoon. You don't have to exercise. You lose 3 pounds a week. If you exercise, you can lose a little more. Now, what is that thing that we as African Americans like to eat with greens? Cornbread. Can you eat cornbread? No, it's bread. I have to ask those questions to my African American patients. Can you eat cornbread? Yes, I can eat cornbread. No, it's bread. So it's not a vegetable. You heard corn. I said bread. It's bread. I'll tell you, no bread, milk, cheese, or butter in any form, nothing white. Drink lots of water. Don't eat after midday on Wednesday. By the way, if you don't do that, you will go to bed early to get up to eat on Thursday morning. And if you weigh yourself in your underwear on Thursday morning, you can lose 3 pounds a week without exercising. But get a goal. What is your goal? You got to write down on this 3x and do it tonight. Don't wait till Monday. Don't wait till New Year's Day. Do it tonight. I will lose 6 pounds by doing this, this, and this. Okay, so the first thing is set a goal. 2, keep the goal ahead of you. Okay. The last one is this. Wellness will never be successful without God. I'm going to end with this. What you plan to do for this weekend, for the rest of your life, will never be successful unless you have God in mind. Philippians 4:13 says, I can do what? All things through Christ who strengthens me. You will not be successful for the long haul if you don't put God first. You will not be successful. You may lose a little bit, but then you'll get it right back. If you have your Bible, turn with me, please. Turn with me to Exodus chapter 33, because I'm going to end with this. Exodus chapter 33. This is to show you how important it is for God to be part of your success. You must have the presence of God with you when you go through this program. Wellness Now will be a failure without the presence of God. In the book of Exodus chapter 33, Moses has gone up to the mountain. God has given him the 10 Commandments. He's coming down the mountain, and Aaron has erected a golden calf, and people are running around it, praising it and glorifying it as an image. And God is very, very angry. God is very, very angry. But God still told Moses that he would give him the promised land. The land flowing with milk and honey. He promised him. And God always keeps his promise. So, listen to what happens. In Exodus chapter 33, we're talking about the presence of God now. It is absolutely essential for wellness now for you to have the presence of God. Verse 33, it says, verse 2, and I will send an angel before thee, telling Moses now, children of Israel, and I will drive out the Canaanites and Amorites and Hittites and the Perizzites and the Hivites and the Jerusites onto a land flowing with milk and honey, for I will not go up in the midst of thee, for thou art a stiff-necked people, lest I consume thee in thy way. God says to Moses and to Israel, okay, you go. I'm going to send an angel ahead of you to move all these people out. You can have the land of milk and honey, but I'm not coming because you stiff-necked people did what you did. God is saying that to them. Some people believe that success without God is good. If success is what is important to you, you may be tempted to choose accomplishments over your relationship with God. So they could have had the promised land. They could have the land of milk and honey. He said he would send an angel. One angel would destroy all these ites. What did Moses say? Read verse 15. Moses says, I don't care about the accomplishments. I don't care what you will give me. I refuse to go without you. And he said, if thy presence go not with me, carry us not up hence. He says, I'm not going to go. To Moses, the presence of God was more important than accomplishments. One writer says this: the Israelites' experience reveals that victory and great accomplishments are not necessarily a sign of God's presence. You hear what I said? Victory and accomplishments are not necessarily a sign of God's presence. Do not assume that your good health, your profitable business, or the growth of your ministry of church is due to the presence of God. It may be that you have inadvertently chosen success over your walk with the Lord. Success for this weekend, yes, have your goals. Put your goals in front of you. But if you do not have the presence of God as the most important bond or glue for this, you will fail miserably. So that's my prayer for you. That you have the presence of God. Because when you have that, your prayers, your goals, your children's goals, we will fulfill. Thank you so much.